And the battle began very early. I decided to battle it out with the two stocks. If you've been watching my videos, you know I do not trade MU and Tesla well at all, but I am determined to master those two ticker symbols. So I started this morning right off the bat with MU. Now, I want to say MU is a beast. Well, we all know Tesla is, but MU is like what NVIDIA used to be before the split when it was trading up to $1,000. And it is hard. The spread, I got in and I watched up here the spread. I have it right here. I saw the spread would go from 40 cents and in a split second, it would be $1.43. And then it would dump down to like 10 cents. It was nuts. I know I shouldn't trade this stock, but so today I just wanted to do just my little drills that I do, just sometimes low share size. I just want to scalp and just practice. And I'm really watching these volume bars here, and I'm watching the price action right here. Excuse me. So I decide that I'm going to try to trade MU. And this opening candle right here is hard. The first three candles of MU are usually hard right at the open. It can just be chaos. So I get in at 421.09 and I get out at 420.61. Obviously, I got in here and it just dumped. And this is all in 1 minute. So this is for about $420 on up to $424. So that's a $4 jump and drop right there. $4. That's a lot. I could have lost a lot more. So I started off losing. I got frustrated and said, screw you. I'm going to go over to Tesla. So I went over to Tesla, which I'll show you in a minute, because then I did come back to MU a little later here because I was down quite a bit. So I lost money in MU. I lost money in Tesla. Then I went to Google and made money, Google, NVIDIA, and Amazon. And what I did was I came back later because I'm stubborn and I hate seeing red over here on any ticker symbol. So I was red quite a bit here on this. Then I went back, traded those other stocks, came back here and traded in this kind of chop area for who knows why. Don't even ask me why. I just am stupid. I mean, look at this. This dumps way down and then shoots way up. All in a minute, this happens. I don't even know why I'm so determined to trade this stock, but I was down quite a bit. And then right on this last candle, I ended up kind of salvaging my day. And God, this is hard to pull down. There we go. And I ended up with just a loss of $6.15. So I started off with a $12 loss, then got down to $9.85, and then got it down to $6. Okay, listen, negative $6 on MU for me, that's like getting out of the boxing ring with no bruises. And I thought, I'm not going to try one more shot because I could end up losing $50 in a minute. And then then I'll be pissed going into the weekend. So I consider that pretty much like break even at this point. All right, let's move on to Tesla. Tesla's the other beast I felt I had to deal with today. Tesla and I go round and round, and I've gotten a little better at Tesla, but today, no go. There's no way. So I dropped my share size down. I was doing 25 shares. What I need to do, I did like 5 shares here and 10 shares over here. I need to drop down Tesla and MU probably down to just 5 shares because I have not mastered them yet. There is no way I should be trading 25 or 50 shares. So next week, if you see me trading Tesla and MU and I have not dropped my share size down to like 5 and 10 shares, you feel free to just scream at me in the comments. Okay, so I'm coming here. I don't know what I did. It looks like I shorted 5 shares here. I did not write down what I did. Tesla's just a battle. I can barely handle it, let alone write it all down. So it looks like I shorted 5 shares here. Then I got in 5 shares here on this doji candle. Who knows why? Got out up here. I did get out for about 30 cents right here. So I did capture that candle. That was a good move there. I probably should have stopped. I don't know what I did there. I don't know how I shorted and then didn't get out of it. Let's not worry about that because it's just a loss of 24.78. which you know what that means. I bought too high and sold too low. So $24.78, it was $28, and I salvaged a little bit at the end here and got down to 24. But again, I'm ending the week green. I don't want to end the week, red and dump on something like Tesla. So practicing on Friday with Tesla, I decided forget it. Move on. Now we'll head to Google. Now Google, I did good. I only made 2 trades on Google, and I'm actually up $16.25. Let's try to find these right here. All right. So I took 2 trades. I got in here and I just did 25 shares here and then 50 over here. I obviously got a little cocky over here. I got in at 310.45 and got out at 310.60. So I made 15 cents here, which was good. That's what I want to do, is like, I'm looking for 10, 15 cent, 20 cents at the most on scalps on these large caps. And of course, with a spread, no more than 6. I mean, I really go for NVIDIA that's a penny spread, and then maybe up to about a 3-cent spread. So 6 cents is kind of pushing it. The other thing that happened with Google here, the reason why I didn't finish trading out the day, and you can see it went straight up here, the news was weird. The news was not matching the price action. The news was actually bad due to their Waymo cars. And I forgot what it was. A judge said something. Anyways, it was bad news. But the stock went up, and then it consolidated here and went up again. And I don't want to trade a stock that has bad news that's going up, because either something's going to happen, like traders are going to read the news or hear the news and realize that it's bad and get out when I'm in it, or they're not, and it's going to keep going up, and I'm going to keep trying to short it because it's bad news. So I decided I was done there. I made $16, and on a Friday, when I really just want to practice, that was good enough. So let's move on to NVIDIA. All right, I tend to kind of overtrade NVIDIA. We all know that, but I'm green, and I usually am green on NVIDIA, so get over it. I know I should have more money than $37 when I'm trading 100 shares at a time and 50 shares over here. So again, it was just scalping in and out real quick. I mean, not that this even matters. I made money, and it's just pennies. I'm just looking for pennies. And the spread right now is showing 12 cents. That's because we're after hours. But the spread today was only a penny or two. So I can go ahead and afford to trade NVIDIA with teeny tiny scalps and just rack up some green for a Friday. And that's exactly what I did here. So now let's move on to Amazon. And then, NVIDIA. I do want to show you that NVIDIA, if you look on, I'm going to try to make this bigger for you. I want to show you how I use the Fibonacci levels on NVIDIA here, and how they really, how the price action respected the fib levels. Okay, so I take a 5-minute chart, and I will show you this one day. I think I'm going to do a whole video on my support and resistance levels and how I mark the fib levels and why I use them. But today is a good day to show you that this fib level, the blue lines, I set those on a 5-minute, 2 days, going back 2 days, fib levels. And look here, it respected, the price respected this fib level right here. And it also goes right up and stops at this fib level. And it stops twice and comes back down. So this is why, and look at the fib level right here, it hits. And then over here, you see this blue fib level. It's hitting that. And then down here, you see it again. This fib level is support right here. Now, maybe not so much here, but price is holding the fib, or the fib is holding the price. It's not coming down and closing below it. And it's telling you that it's probably just going to channel right back up. And there you go, and hit that fib again. So that is why I use those levels. The other levels I use are the dashed lines that you see here, and those are whole and half dollars. So that level right there is 188.50, 188, 187.50. And you'll see that price goes to those levels on these large caps. This happens to be a fib level as well. And it holds there. And those levels, if you just mark those two things, can really help your day. It's like little training wheels. If you're not in the mood to trade and you just want to get some scalping in, use those levels and just trade off those levels. All right, so let's go on to Amazon. Amazon held the whole and half dollar levels really well, as I noticed after I got done trading, because I kind of do a zoom out and see what happened. Again, my chart or my platform is very slow when I've got my screen sharing on. So I didn't over trade this. I only traded 100 shares right here, and then I traded 50 shares here. I did not, the price went way past the fib. So the fib level, the high, was at 206.89, and we traded above that, and we were trading it at the high all day today. So the fib levels didn't come into effect on my trading, but the whole and half dollars did. Look at this. You've got these levels marked here. Look at this right here. And then look at that. Comes up, goes past, but it holds it. Those candles never fully closed completely and held above those levels or below. It just hung in at those levels. It was like a magnet. Just wanted to hold it there. So I do believe that those are just some lines you can put on your chart. Now, if that looks messy to you, just mark the half dollars or just mark the whole dollars or constantly move your eyes over here and keep looking. To me, that's harder. I'd rather just see these lines in the chart. The other thing I'm looking at, of course, are volume bars, and I'm checking to see if volume is going up, if we're increasing in volume on these up moves right here. And this, and I've said this before in another video, this is the DTS scalping indicator. It's Day Trading for Success. He has a YouTube channel. You can go there and connect with him to get this. He has many different versions of this. This is an older version that I use, and I'm just so used to it that I don't update to his latest version. It just shows some extra things right here that he's programmed in, but I'm just so used to looking at this and working off it that I don't want it to change. I don't want to think in my brain that it has changed because it works for me. Because his standard, what do I want to say? The way he programmed the volume bars to show the buyers and the sellers, he did not change that. He just changed some of this here, and I don't even have time to look at that. I just look here. So I'll also use the MACD a little bit. I don't use it all the time. This is a lot to look at. I tend to just focus on this price action here and then these volume bars. And I want to see if these green buyers, if they're decreasing or increasing while I'm going to enter or exit a trade. And then I want to see if the sellers are stepping up. I may not want to be long when that's happening. I might want to get out, take a breather, and wait for my buyers right here to come back in. So I hope that helped you there. All in all, I traded 5 stocks. I was red on 2. Those are the 2 that I always know that I'm almost always going to be red on. And then green on 3. And today was only $59.25. But for the week, I'm actually at $630. And for a week that I don't think I really traded any earnings or I didn't make any good money on earnings. Some of my days I'll have a $2,000 day or a $1,000 day. And you're going to have that when you hit an earnings after our earnings play just right and you have enough shares. So this today for a Friday and not wanting to trade to do $59 and to end the week with $630 is kind of light, but it's okay. It's green and I'm happy with that. So $630 a week would still be $2,500 a month. And if you're retired, $2,500 a month, you guys, is a lot. Or if you're only doing this for an hour before work every morning, $2,500 a month is like a part-time job. That brings in some extra income. So keep that in mind. You don't have to make $1,000 a day to make this pay off. You can just do, today I did $59. Well, and some days I'll do 200, maybe 400. At the end of the month, that's what counts. So just remember that. I know there's all these guys on YouTube showing these fancy cars and big houses and all this stuff. It can be as simple as 50 to 200 a day. So keep that in mind. This weekend, I might try to do, we have big earnings next week. So this weekend, I might try to do a video on how I plan to prepare for the week. I do a lot of prep work for that. We've got NVDA, Salesforce, Snowflake, HIMS, Dell, Soundhound, Rocket Lab, Celsius, D-Wave. Oh my God, Home Depot. We got a lot, you guys, next week. It's going to be a good week. There is no reason why I should not be able to have a $1,000 or $2,000 week next week. So that is going to be my goal, is to really be prepared and be prepared for those earnings. All right, I'll try to get a video out this weekend about that because it is